What up? Jeff here with all my ICP Renegades. So, I wanted to do this video today because I believe that we are actually getting to a point where we're going to start to recover in the market right now. Things are basically at a head right now. Whether or not they're announcing whatever SEC thing at the Ripple party, that kind of decision that the judge made has ramifications throughout the entire crypto sphere. Now, let's look at the Coinbase lawsuit. We'll get into the price here in a minute. I actually have a really good video for us today, but I want to talk about this, right? The SEC is suing Coinbase, right? Saying that ICP and all of these other cryptos are a security on the secondary market. The judge's ruling with XRP says that maybe venture capitalist part is, a security. They're still going to fight that. But with the secondary market not being a security, that's Coinbase, right? So they can't sue Coinbase and have ICP in the lawsuit for that because it's already been decided by a judge, and they can't show bias towards one certain cryptocurrency, right? They go through each one like they're different things. Yeah, they do different things, but it would be like them treating stocks differently than each other, right? There's laws set there for the entire industry, right? And so what they're doing is they're cherry picking, and they're going to lose. So if they come after Coinbase now, the precedent has already been set in stone by a judge. Okay, they're going to appeal or whatever they're going to try to do. The judge is not going to change her mind. They might try to take it in front of a different judge, or I don't even know if they can take something like that to the Supreme Court, but if they do, they're going to lose. So, hey, what's up, everybody? Scott, very nice to meet you, bro. ICP is a good place. There's a lot of good people here. So if you're new, if you're not, I'm sorry I haven't met you before, but I hope everything's good with you. What's up, my mod? Motivational sub, Vanish Joy, my Indian homie, and my T-Mobile brother right here. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for sure. So I am going to just show you a quick tweet real quick. We're going to go over a few cool things that have been happening in the ecosystem of ICP. Oh, you're Solstice. Oh, man, okay. I know my guy Solstice. Okay, you've been around for a long time. Good to see you. So we're gonna go over some cool things happening in the ecosystem right now, and then we're gonna get into the price. We're gonna make some bold predictions about ICP because the market can't stay at the bottom forever. The more that people are trying to make you think that the market is going to keep dumping, don't listen to the noise. I'm telling you, I'm not the influencer that's going to be trying to confuse you about stuff. You hold through the bear market. That's it. Period. When you find a good crypto, you just know, and the price is undervalued right now. I don't really care about a lot of other cryptos. I invest in certain top cryptos. I don't really like meme coins. There's a few on the ICP that I like, but basically I mess with Cardano, Polygon, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, ICP, these top layer 1 blockchains, and some with layer 2 capabilities as well. But these big blockchains that have a future, instead of I mean, Dogecoin kind of won me over too, just because the community and Elon Musk being on Saturday Night Live and all that. But as for use case, I mean, that's the future right now. Internet computer is absolutely different, and I always liken this back to the age when the internet and computers first came out. Everybody was resistant to it. Bitcoin was the biggest invention that we have had since agriculture, and now that has evolved into another step, which is Ethereum, and then another step, which is ICP, and that's just the evolution of cryptocurrency and our technology as a whole world now. And the thing is, the whole world is going to be able to benefit from this. Look at El Salvador. I just read an article the other day, and El Salvador's thriving better than they ever have. And why is that? Because they had Bitcoin come out in 2 years ago. They had it become legal tender in their country. They were going through some really bad stuff. They were able to use the US dollar, but their economy just sucked. Everything was bad over there. And it's actually lowest on the list of people what people are happy about this new regime over there. But they've done a lot of stuff, and the country's recovered a lot because of Bitcoin. And ICP is able to directly integrate Bitcoin on chain through a canister smart contract and threshold signing. So now you can interact directly through Bitcoin. That's why no other chain can compare to this, because if you're on Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum's great. It does what it does great, right? But you have to wrap Bitcoin. You have to do another step through a bridge and trust a person, right? And so the future, with AI, with, artificial, robots working everywhere, you're going to have taxi cabs driving you places that there's no driver, cars driving around with no driver. This is the future. This is the evolution. We didn't even dream of a technology 50 years ago. Nobody thought of a digital currency that would be online. So this is unprecedented, and we're just in the first stages right now. ICP is a forefront, and it's something you need to watch, whether you buy right now or not. You're going to see us make a lot of money. So, all right, let me share my screen. I will quit jabbering. Glad to see you too, bro. I press the wrong button. Okay. All right, there's some fun things happening right now. There's about to be a hackathon on ICP. Hopefully, I can be a part of that hackathon. That would be amazing if we could get our game demo, because we're building a game called. Well, I'm not going to tell you the name. We have decided to get a name on the game, but it's the ICP Renegades NFT. And so I think you guys are going to like the name too. I came up with it with one of my mods the other day in a meeting. So, but here's some fun stuff, and this kind of brings us into that, right? Our NFT collection. Well, this past week was brimming with exciting events. The Internet Computer co-hosted the inaugural Swiss Web3 Fest in Zurich and Zug. And then you can read the coverage here on CPO Official TX. You can come over here. I will leave the link in the comments right here. Hey, Aussie, my guy, dude. I hope you're doing well. I'm here to give you guys some hopium here. Long time listener, but first time to live chat. Nice. Authentic content. Can I ask? JEFF. Yeah. I actually grew up with a kid named Jeff with a G. That dude was a train though. He was on my football team, and he just, like, nobody could stop him. But yeah. So that's the tweet over here. They had some amazing stuff. If you should follow Definity over here, because they just have some amazing tweets. And if you follow me, you can see these. But I'd recommend just go follow them yourself. Let's take a deep dive into ICP Swiss takeover from last week. So this is seven page thread. And Monday marked the launch of ICP.lab 5.0. So this is the gaming metaverse, the things that they are doing. So when I said I see the behind the scenes, like, I'm not talking about like insider stuff. I'm just talking about, like, I see what people are doing, like building. They're doing these great things over here, and the passion that they have behind it, and just the dedication, and the support that you have. Like, sometimes things get hard, but for the most part, like, they just support everybody. So uniting 11 remote and 11 in-person ICP project teams committed to pioneering fully on-chain gaming experiences in Zurich. And that would have been my dream, to go to Zurich and be there at ICP.lab 5.0. And it almost happened for me. But things didn't work out. But I'm happy for these guys. They're doing amazing things over here. And I can't wait to see what comes of this, in the future, and what they build. iDark Studios just killing things right now. They have their hand in everything, and I think they're there somewhere right here. Just check out iDark Studios. They are fire. They have some really cool. They have like first person shooter game type deal. They're working with just a bunch of people. They've built a lot of stuff on the Internet Computer, and I'd like to get to know some of these other teams, and maybe do some content and just see what they're doing. So, hey, excited to see what tomorrow brings. Same here, 100%. Tuesday was the launch of Swiss Web3 Fest, featuring remarkable presentations by 4 ICP project teams: Origin Tech, Shiku Metaverse, Yummy Marketplace, and Unfold VR. They showcased the Internet Computer's potential. So Definity tweeted again. They said, "We had a blast at the opening days of Swiss Web3 Fest and NFT Art Zug." So this is all the future. Like, so if you collect NFTs on the Internet Computer for a long term, you have made money. I have made bank off of ICP NFTs. I have lost a little bit of money after that, but I'm pretty sure I'm massively in the profit on my NFTs. From just airdrops to, purchasing them right when they come out, turn a profit and then buying one to hold, right? That it's easy to do. So you can pay for your NFT, make a profit, and basically get the NFT for free if you buy and sell at the right time. And this is a bear market. So it's good to stock up on these things. But I would check out what the projects are doing and make sure it's right for you. So we saw some Rockstar ICP projects in action. So they had a recap. Like I said, I encourage you to come over here and check out all this stuff. I can't wait to see virtual reality on the internet computer. That really excites me to see the future of that. So, and then on Wednesday, the Swiss 3 WebFest joined Definity headquarters for ICP.Lab Gaming and Metaverse. So that's really cool. They kind of connected both of those things, commencing with a fireside chat with Dominic and GL Raff. So they're just doing big things over there. And Dominic Williams is just, really, really intelligent in everything that he does. All of these interviews that I watch, some of the things that he says, I mean, just resonate with me. Like his vision is just legendary. And if he just keeps doing what he's doing, internet computers are just going to take off, man. If all of Definity, I can't just give Dominic Williams credit. I mean, there's a lot of people, but he's the head, man. He's the forefront guy right there, leading us into the future. So let's go. So Thursday's Green Block launch featured Dominic Williams as a panelist and Asen Kali as a keynote speaker, highlighting the internet computer's commitment to green tech. And so this is a big thing with Elon Musk, and maybe we can get him interested in the internet computer. That would be beneficial to him and everybody. I think even Tesla, thinking about it, like how could we integrate the internet computer into something like Tesla? If you have a self-driving car, what if all the automation is on the blockchain or something to control certain aspects of the AI, have it learning on the blockchain all the time and updating through canister smart contracts and automatically make it maybe through a DAO so it does like automatic AI upgrades to the car. I already know there's a car that can mine Bitcoin. I think it's while it charges. I think it's an electric car. It can mine Bitcoin. So maybe there's a way, it's not proof of work. So, the tech people would have to figure that out. But I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? But the green tech. So when it comes to green tech, this is a big thing. Like politicians all over the world, I think there's even like a party for these guys that really are just green, and it's beneficial to our world too. So internet computer is not a high yield like proof of work mechanism that takes a lot of computational and electrical energy. It uses basically the cycles and I'm not 100% sure about the internet computer, but I know most staking methods work by using the locked up amount of staking to create CPU to run the blockchain. So internet computers a little bit more high tech, and there's not a lot. I mean, of it's hard to read the whole white paper and everything on these things. So this is very high tech technology. This is the future, and so it's actually. I'd like to hear Dominic Williams' explanation on just how not just the staking works, because we know that it's what did he call it? It's useful proof of stake. Okay, but does the staking run the CPU, or is it the cycles? I'm pretty sure it's the cycles, if I think about it, that run the CPU that because it manages the dApps, right? It's a reverse gas fee, so the dApps are the ones that actually pay. Like Ethereum, you have to pay to use like anything. If you do a transaction, you go to a website, you have to pay. So the internet computer, it's different though. It's doing things, but it's still proof of stake. So it's absolutely green. That's a question I'd love to ask Dominic Williams myself. Day 3, Swiss Web 3 Fest highlights. Dominic Williams, okay. So he led the panel on digital tokens, real impact, sustainability, unleashed. And then Ace and Colley gave a keynote on ICP, the only blockchain displaying power consumption on the dashboard. So power consumption, but I think it has to be the cycles. I'd really love to dive deeper into that one day. And then Dominic William took the spotlight once again on Friday's Crypto Valley, illuminating the impact of ICP on decentralized computing. And the protocol panel with Lamesh opened up many horizons on the topic of governance. So this is another big part of the internet computers, the governance of this particular type of Web3 protocol. What it does is it basically gives you the power to vote on what you want in the ecosystem. If you like a project and you have, say, 10,000 ICP in there, you're going to have about 11, 12, maybe even 13,000 votes. And even more, if you have more, you're just going to get so many votes. And you can really, like, especially if Definity abstains from voting, you can have some serious power. Like, especially if you get a group of your friends together on ICP and you all believe in the same thing and you're like, yeah, let's do this. And so it really takes democracy to the blockchain. It gives you the right to make internet computer what you want it to be. You let the bills pass, or the proposals pass, or you reject them, right? You get to choose. So spreading the fully on-chain mission with the biggest crypto hub all week at Swiss Web3 Fest. So the Crypto Valley Deep Dive saw Dominic Williams and Lomj Duda take the stage. It was all about the adoption for ICP, use cases, governance, dApps, enterprises, solutions, and more. So the ecosystem unconference buzz with a variety of activities featuring a space for showcasing ICP projects. To cap off the week, that's such a hard name. This person's presentation was followed by an unforgettable party at the penthouse, concluding the event on a high note. So that is great. I saw this, and then they went out, and I think they had a dinner afterwards. They're just like regular freaking cool people. I'm gonna be in that group one day. I will be in a picture like this, uh, maybe. So, but let's go and look at the price now. I want to kind of encourage you guys to just understand the market. I look at my tweet on Twitter. I know technically the bull market had kind of started. We'd not seen a new all-time high, or we hadn't seen the all-time high from Bitcoin yet. Technically, we were still in the bull market, or we were out of the bear market a little bit. But people were still saying, lots of stuff. So I still consider it the bear market. And I could have made a lot of money. And I'm not making the same mistake twice. I believed in the graph because it was the Google of blockchains. But this is like the Amazon, the Google, the like everything of blockchains. And so I kind of upgraded. The graph is great, man, but it does, like, I can't build on the graph. I don't see a vision on the graph. I don't agree with the founder, like all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, we have only a $17 million volume. Now, this is 126 over all of 9,076. So we're not doing too bad there. The reason the volume is down like this is because Jerry Banfield, he made a great video on Twitter. And he was talking about a lot of stuff. I encourage you to go over there and watch that video. He kind of went over both of the sides of like, here's what's happening. Things look bad. There's a lot of, possible selling going on by node providers and stuff like that. So, and the volume is down. So, but basically, this is just another psychological thing. If you do look, though, the rewards that are getting done by the nodes, received by the node providers, are growing. So this volume right now, I don't see why they would sell at $3 though. If I was a node provider, like, I would just take my expenses out of there, right? Whatever it takes to run the node, and then put the other stuff in lock for a while. So I'm not 100% sure like who these node providers are and how they became node providers, but we need a better set of node providers that aren't going to dump at $3. Like, so Bitcoin, let's just take Bitcoin for example. Like, the miners, they've been around for a long time, and they understand that they only need to sell when the market goes up, right? And how they decide that is how much fees do they need to run their mining operation. And it's kind of the same thing with node operators. There's obviously some expenses that probably go into that, but them dumping, I don't think that's the case. Um, a lot of this is just FUD, and this happens in every market. I saw it before the last one. So now let's get into some technical analysis. So before we get over here, 17 million in volume, 1.3 billion market cap. So I kind of left the stuff on from last time. I did remove a couple of lines just because I wanted to show you that we are still in this massive bullish pattern. And this is why I really think that we're going to be going up at least to about 15 again. So we are down at 3. Let's see, what are we at right now? Are we 298? So we're at 298 right here. And we actually went up to 311. My last video I was calling, I said within a week we're going to 315 because of this downward trending resistance line and this downward trending support line, right? So these two things made me think, okay, there's like a box in here unless this breaks down, but we also have the bottom of the Bollinger right here as well. And the EMA 9, let's see, is at 342. So this is on the week though. This is the weekly, so 9 weeks. That isn't really going to be as relevant, but this is going to be a big area for where we're going to see next. I really believe that 342 is in our future in the next month or so. But for right now, I believe that we're going to be hitting 320. I think we're going to possibly go up and touch this 342 and then test back down to about 316, maybe 320 again, before moving back up to touch this, which it intersects with the Bollinger middle median price, right? So this is going to be another big area right around $3.90 to $4. This is going to be a big area to watch. If we break above this, we're actually going to possibly, head higher and touch the top of this at 550, but that's a long way out. Now, why the thumbnail that says $5 to $100x or $5 to 100? That's 20x, right? So the reason for that is because once we hit this $5 mark, we have a big area of long-term support. We broke below 450. That was a huge level going back right here. As you see, when we were at at the lowest before this point, this is where we hit. So this is going to be a massive level once we break above it of support. So that's going to be a box area of resistance, though, from about 390 all the way up to about 450. That's going to be a big area we're going to have to overcome in the next couple of months. And if we do, I would really be looking to head up to that 560 mark. That is where I really see us going in the next several months. So this is the week. That's why I'm telling you in longer terms like that. We're going to look at the shorter term. And the reason I was really considering what Jerry Banfield was saying is because if you look at where we were back over here on the RSI, right? This is very important. You see over here, there was selling going on, right? Too much. And then there was buying pressure right here. So a lot of buying pressure. So, and this was a pretty low price. Then we go over here, not quite as much. And I'm thinking these node providers are not selling as much because if it was, we wouldn't have this above here. The selling pressure would push us down even further. We'd be probably somewhere under here if the node providers were offloading a lot. So great video. I think that the node providers are getting a certain amount of rewards, but I think most of them are holding as much as they can. And this is going to be another big level this weekly RSI to decide whether we are going to make it up to this $4 mark and then back up through this box resistance to 560. We have to get above this. And when we do, you see we turn bullish. When we get above this yellow line, we're bullish. When we go below it, we're bearish. You see how that works? Above it, we go up. Below it, we go down. So we're starting to see a turnaround right here. We saw it over here. We hit, got rejected, went back up, hit, got rejected, hit again, got rejected. So if we hit this one more time, one or two more times, I really think we're going to break out of that. And that's going to push us up here to about, I would say right here, about 356. If we can get above this RSI, and then I think we're going to touch the 390 to $4 at that point. So watch this RSI. Make sure on the weekly that you're mindful of that, and then you're good to go. Now, for the opposite side of that on the week, I am just going to say that if we fail to break above this RSI, if somehow we get rejected again, and the Bitcoin goes down, because Bitcoin went up to about 27 something, and we did start to recover a little bit. There's been no significant long term buying, retail purchasing. And so that's the problem right now. They're building amazing things, but nobody wants to just buy a crypto that goes down and down and down. But that's not the case with Internet Computer. Let me just tell you that right now. I have been making purchases at $3.40, writing them up to $7. I've been making purchases at $5, writing them up to $9. You can make a purchase at 360 and write it up, right? So even if you bought here at 360, it went up to 458 right here, right? So now at this point, again, you're buying at another bottom point, right? This is a bottom point. So even if it only goes up to about 380, depending on how many you buy, you can actually make a nice little profit off of that. So that's just food for thought for you, not financial advice. Let's go to the daily now. The daily, you can see this is very significantly a descending. Well, what the heck is going on here? Um, hmm, okay, I'm not going to do that from all the way back here. Let's just erase that one because that kind of jacked it all up. But if we do it like this, um, yeah, much better. Okay, so we have another falling wedge here on the daily. And this is another thing that I'm saying. So if you buy at the bottom here, what we're at, where was it, 286, you'd already be in the profit 11 cents. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just for now, right? This is all, and this is kind of looking like a little bit of a W right here. If you look here, this is where we went to almost 312. I called 315. So within a week. And I think I called it somewhere like right here, right after the 286 dump. So, and then we went up. We actually wicked above the EMA, the EMA 9 on the daily, and then we ended up. It looks like closing below it because it was at about like 306 or something, and we ended up closing at $3. So that was a rejection by the EMA 9, and we have wicked up again, and then closed below. So we wicked up again here, or we didn't wick up, but we wicked up to touch it. We didn't wick up through it. Um, and so I really think we're getting ready to break out of this EMA 9 and then hit this median Bollinger price at about 315, right where I was saying before. And then 330 is our next reasonable stop on this downward trending resistance line. So there's that. Now I do want to bust out the Fibonacci real quick here. I want to see if it lines up pretty closely with exactly what I was saying. So the big area, 315, then right up here at 330. Dang, dude, I love how these work. Okay, 348, 363, and then right above my line right here at about 405. So, but 390, 390, right above this. This is going to be a big area to get above right here. If we can get above this, things are going to look pretty good after that. So, and this is, the golden ratios right here at 481. And once we get to 481, we are above this, absolute, it looks like a roller coaster, one of those, log rides you follow down. And eventually it goes back up again. So let's get back into the chat for a second, and then we'll look at the smaller time frames. We'll call it a day. I just wanted to let you guys know everything that was going on, um, and just kind of give you some hope. I'm in this for the long term. So, and I want some more video ideas, guys. I'm gonna do more stuff like once a week on other stuff but ICP. But like I told you, ICP is my home. So that's what I'm gonna do. Um, what up? Just forfeit, my guy. Bearish volume rapidly decreasing uptrend soon. Yes, and so the big thing. Let me just get rid of this for a second. Is the volume of ICP, it cannot be calculated on daily percentages. What do I mean by that? So I've seen the volume fluctuate from internet computers so much. I've seen it down to 10 million. I've seen it all the way up to 250, 500 million per day. So this is just the bear market, guys. Go look at other cryptos, and I encourage you. Like some of them are going up a little bit, but like Jasmy, I mean, there's a lot of cryptos that are down right now because of with the constant just bombardment in the bear market from the SEC, from FTX, from Alameda Research, from Arkham Intelligence. We just have all of these different just shady individuals that are in here absolutely just doing stupid stuff. So it will change the next bull run. So the same thing happened in 2020. I'm going to tell you that nobody cared about what is going on here with my camera. Hmm. Hold on one second. My camera is bugging out on me. All right, I guess I'm just going to talk to you guys from here. So basically, the last bear market, Bitcoin was at $8,000. Right. This was in 2020. So I didn't get in 2019. I was in 2020. So um, and nobody believed that Bitcoin was going to go up. I did the research. Like I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty educated, and I don't just kind of most of the time I don't. Like I've made mistakes before, we all have. But most of the time I do a lot of research and I figure out and I have a plan and I do everything I'm supposed to. And then it paid off. Bitcoin went from 8,000 all the way up to $60,000 to $70,000 because I saw the potential in it. And the internet computer is on its way. It's just the same thing as an $8,000 Bitcoin right now at $3. Period. That's all there is to that. So ICP will take over ETH market cap at some point. Their tech is so far advanced than anything out there, and so I don't agree with that 100% because the way that Vitalik and I believe the other people that are closely working at the top of Ethereum believe that the internet computer can add value to Ethereum. There's a direct integration with Ethereum and the internet computer coming, which means that you can interact on the Ethereum blockchain on the internet computer smart contract. And no other blockchain is capable of doing that without a third party bridge, which had over $2 billion hacked in 2022. So we don't want to have they don't want to have all of their holders lose their money. So they have it in canister smart contracts that can't be hacked. That will add value to Ethereum. That way, Ethereum doesn't have to use bridges and they can interact with possibly chain key Bitcoin. Now you can use Bitcoin and Ethereum on the internet computer, and possibly even in the future, you can use Ethereum with Bitcoin and Bitcoin with Ethereum on the internet computer. Who knows? The sky is the limit. So you are ready for the trend change. Yeah, me too. But I'm not worried. I'm a veteran now. I'm not a noob no more. I understand the game and I understand what it takes to win. So guessing node provider costs are fixed as the rewards. So it depends on the price. They are fixed for a certain price in US dollars. So if ICP 10x in theory means node providers only need to sell down 10% of recoup fixed costs, compounded gains. Okay. That's some really good info, bro. I think you're right on that. That sounds really correct. And if the price goes down, then they have to sell more ICP to recover their rewards, right? So that makes sense. Is it possible for ICP to get down to $1.50. No. Um, uh, I I mean, anything's possible with a black swan event, but without that, without another absolute just knock you on the ground, punch you in the face, take your money type deal from the SEC or something like that, or FTX, then that's not possible. We're not going to $1.50. But I said we wouldn't go to two something either. But no, I won't believe it until I see it, man. That's all I have to say about that. Don't get too excited. This is pretty soon. It will go up. Don't buy ICP if you think you're going to be rich right away. It's about the technology. I do have 2200 ICP. Samantha is a baller. She's balling on ICP. There's certain people that understand the tech, and if you believe in the technology, you believe in the foundation, and you believe in the mission, right? Then you're gonna hold, because it's stupid not to. It's like basically investing in Amazon when it's just a startup. It's a little bigger than a startup. I'm just saying it's kind of like similar to that. So always support you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Nice bag, yeah. I mean, you got more than I do. I had a nice chunk, and I still have a nice chunk, but life happens. It's a bear market. Things suck sometimes, but I still have my goal. I never went below 1,000. Ever went below 1,000. Never, and I'm adding to it. Like I think I earn like, I don't know, zero point 0.3 ICP a day. I think it goes up as the price goes down. I don't know. But we're getting a lot of stuff done. So let's go back over to the price real quick. I do want to show you these smaller time frames here. This is going to be the hour time frame. Let me just kind of clear all this, move it out of the way at least. Clear these two. And see, on the short term, we're not over sold right now. So there are people buying, right? It went down here and it kind of shot up on the 1 hour. There's been some nice buying. We do have a little bit of a downtrend going right here, but I think we are going to hold support at about 295. It looks like about 2598 is going to be a pretty big level going all the way back. If you look, these levels, we get rejected here, we get a kind of touch it there, break below it here, test it here, break above, break below. So this is going to be a pretty big area of support going forward on the 1 hour. So I don't really see a whole lot of reason why we would go below 295 for an extended period of time. I think there's a possibility that we do wick back down there in the short term, but I don't think there's going to be any sustainable downtrend from here. I really think we're either going to go sideways, and all those other levels that I told you on the week are my price targets, and there's nothing stopping us from getting there. It looks like we have some sort of an inverse head and shoulders right here. This would be good on the 1 hour. This would actually get us um, to move to the upside. So if we get this, there's the head, here's the left shoulder, and here's the right shoulder. Okay, and then the neckline's right here. You can see the neckline, right? Neckline's right here. So, yeah. I mean, this could be a nice inverse head and shoulders, right? And if we break above, stay above this. So, actually, hold on. That wasn't the line. That's the line. Sorry about that. At 2.9, hold on. Where is that? We're testing the line right now. So that's crazy. If we can actually get back above this, we could have a nice little price target here on the 1 hour. Okay. So if we break above this, we will go to, we're probably going to head back to about 310, honestly, on the 1 hour. So I really think that we are going to start heading upwards. This inverse head and shoulders doesn't look perfect. You like to see kind of just this and then go down. But I'm still going to count this. The neckline is kind of, overgrown with neck beard or something. But yeah, so we have this nice inverse head and shoulders right there. Let's look at the 4 hour. I'm not even gonna. Well, let's look at the 15 minute first, and then the 4 hour, because I just want to see what's going on in the very, 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 very smallest of the charts. And again, it looks like you can see this inverse head and shoulders playing out just on a bigger scale. It also looks like we have a possible falling wedge here as well. So if we get a falling wedge, I mean, you can see if we break out of one of these, we can break out of both of them. So that's the thing. This level is going to be pretty big, and even if we don't break out of it right away and go back down and test 295 again, like I was saying, we could still go back up and break out, and then head up to about 305. I really think it's going to probably test about 315, though, honestly. So let's go to the 4 hour, though. So this particular chart is kind of interesting to me because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense right here on the 4 hour. Um, yeah, this is a symmetrical triangle. So this is saying basically we're going sideways, guys. We have like this arrow pointing this way, and we have till about here to break out one way or the other, which is going to be the 21st at 1600, right? So a few days from now. We're going to need to either go up or down from here. This is like an arrow that points, well, which way are we going to go? We get here and we have to go up or down, right? I mean, there is a possibility that it just goes sideways out of here, but that's very rare. So it wouldn't surprise me though if it did that. Like things happen crazy in the market right now. So those are the levels I'm going to be looking at: 315, 330. That 390 to $4 range, and then that big area at about what is it, 470 or something. So those are going to be the big areas that we're going to be watching. And then really take this, like, come over here to Trading View. I'll send you this, and just all you have to do is get the RSI out there on the weekly, and it's going to really help you to understand when we are in an uptrend and when we're in a downtrend. That's been my biggest indicator the whole time in this market, is that weekly RSI. It really tells us which way we're going. So we're in a downtrend because we're below the weekly RSI. We're in an uptrend when we're above the weekly RSI. Whoops. It's not that difficult. I mean, it takes some studying and just knowing the charts a little bit, guys. I want to have like a community meeting again. Not community meeting, but like a community um video. So we'll do a question and answer. I know I didn't really interact a lot with you guys in this video. It's just because I really wanted to get this message out to people that the price is absolutely bullish right now on almost every single chart except for the 4 hour, which says it's going sideways. We have all these bullish patterns one after another: inverse head and shoulders, falling wedges, all of these bullish indicators. The only thing that we are lacking is the volume to absolutely catapult us out of this weekly RSI. And once we get above that, we're going to start seeing our price targets come to fruition. So that's about all we're going to have for today, for real. I am going to look at the comments before we go. Been collecting since January. Damn, big balla. You should definitely tell your friends about ICP. I don't know, that's the only way people are going to understand about it, is to at least make the decision for themselves of what it is. Like, is it something that you want to invest in, something you believe in? And if it is, then go ahead and follow your heart, man. But if it's not for you, then maybe you have another vision, right? So I'm trying to get to 5,000 ICP, but I'm really happy with my bag. I'm happy with my bag too, man. I'm not gonna lie. I worked very hard to get it, but I believe it's gonna be the difference in my life. Like, I think the ICP in the long term is going to provide the life change that I need to get out of the situation that I'm in. Didn't quite happen last bull market. I was trying to get a full Bitcoin before it happened. I think I got up to 0.41 Bitcoin at one time. And then it just yeah, I listened to other people and didn't sell when I should have, and yeah. But anyway, I know better this time. So fake news going for Lambo. I don't care about a Lambo. I want a Jeep or a Audi TT. Those are one of my favorite cars. Lambo. I mean, I'd like to drive a Lambo, but yeah, I wouldn't want to own one. I don't think it's practical. So a whole bunch of people received 10,000 ICP. Yeah. So this was the initial investment that you're talking about, the venture capitalists, and they have been selling. Should be done in a couple of months. This info came right from ICP. Dominic Williams had been talking about this. There were people that were part of the team in the early rounds, whether it was venture capitalists or people on the actual that were on the Definity team that got it for cheap and just sold. I mean, if it went to 3 cents to $750, how can you blame them for selling? But if they're selling at $3 right now, that's absolutely ridiculous. So that will be gone in a couple of months. And we won't have to worry about that. Like I said, there's all of these different things, and thank you for pointing that one out. I did leave that out. That have been happening that have been artificially manipulating the price downward. And it's because of the technology. I honestly think that the big players like Amazon, Google, the government, all of these different places are really worried about ICP's technology, what it can do, and the potential for it to absolutely take over Web 3 or Web 2 onto Web 3 and make Google and all of these other things obsolete. Google is seeking partnership in blockchain, but I think they should really be smart and choose the right blockchain. If you want to, have a blockchain that has the technological capability that something like Google should have, then you're going to want internet computer. It does every single thing better, faster, cheaper. And like I said, the vision, the team, the foundation, all of that is just moving in the right direction. It's the same as Amazon when the price was going down and the technology was getting better. We're in the same place now. So fake news said, Scott ICP, I'm all in your ICP trying to quit my 9 to 5. Oh, he said all in on ICP. Okay. I thought he said, I'm all in your ICP. I'm like, what is that? I'm all in your ICP. Okay. I'm all in on ICP trying to quit my 9 to 5. Yeah. Um, I've always been the type of person that likes to work smart, not hard. Not saying I haven't worked hard, but I actually used to be a painter, so I know that's crazy. Scott Summers is a painter too, but my stepdad used to own a painting company, and I used to work for him for years. I've worked construction. I've done every hard job that there is, man. I'm more of an intellectual person when it comes to work than actually, doing hard labor that's going to ruin your body by the time you're 50. So 10,000 times 3 cents, $300. Dang. I wish I could get ICP for 3 cents, man. I would buy like a million if I could at 3 cents. So Google working with H bar, and H bar is absolutely phenomenal too. But again, Internet Computer just has so many different things that other blockchain. It's all on chain. I mean, if Google wants to work with some of the H bar is great, man. Don't get me wrong. I like H bar Hashgraph. It's an absolute juggernaut technology too. But I really think that the Internet Computer, Google, would definitely benefit from integration with the Internet Computer on some kind of a level, whether it be a search engine type deal, like integrating part of Google's search engine, like Kinnick, right? But with a traditional Web 2 infrastructure on Web 3 through Google on the blockchain. So those are the kind of things that's possible with ICP. I really think that all the data can be stored on the Internet Computer from Amazon Web Services, from all of these different places. And so the companies that use Amazon Web Services are going to be the ones that are once they see the technology and have it proof and like go through all of these things and make sure that they are what they say, then you're going to have all of these big companies trying to push their data in there instead of just using Amazon Web Services. They'll see, wow, if we look at our books, we got hacked we lost this much money on Amazon Web Services over these years. That's 500 million a year. That's a couple billion every couple of years. We need to get that money back. How can we do that? Well, it's a built-in firewall in the internet computer, so it would keep every data from being able to be hacked. You couldn't have like a shutdown or an error that loses your money. So these are the kind of things that are the future on the internet computer that you can do with traditional web services. Hell yeah. What? Dang, dude. You should put ICP Nation as your name, or F.ICP Nation, right? That's a that's a lot of tokens, bro. You did your homework for sure. All right. That's it, guys. You got me going again. We have the last laugh when we moon, yeah. But it is so I don't want to have the last laugh. That's the thing. That's why I made videos to start with, because I wanted to show people how to make money in crypto. I did it. I was successful. The bear market comes. You have to just accumulate in that time and have a plan to survive while the bear market happens. Because if you're planning to live off of crypto in the bear market, you're gonna have a very, very hard time. And I'll tell you that from experience. All right, guys. That being said, goodbye and good ICP.